So welcome to all the BSc third year students. Last few classes we have discussed regarding interaction of genes. What are the different examples which comes under interaction of genes? That is complementary genes, then recessive epistatics, codominance, incomplete dominance. So all these things we have discussed. Today we are going to be discussing that is dominant epistatics or dominant epistatic interactions. The ratio is 12:3:1. 12:3:1. So sometimes what happens? In some cases, dominant genes of non-allelic ones will not be express its characters. So for example, it can be explained with the help of inheritance of fruit color in summer squash. Fruit color in summer, for example, white variety. Another is yellow fruit color variety, and third one is green one. So the expression of, for example, the white coloration, the gene is responsible for capital W, for yellow capital Y, for green small y. So the expression of this here, the capital W is dominant over capital Y and the capital Y is dominant over small y. Means the expression of this capital W, capital Y will be take place only when this capital W gene in a recessive form. Therefore, it is a dominant epistatic. Therefore, it is called as dominant epistatics. So, whenever there is a capital W, then if it is having any one capital Y genes, then there will be the fruit color will be yellow one. If these two, capital W and capital Y, in a recessive form, then only the fruit color will be in a green coloration. So, if any fruit variety, summer, for example, in summer squash, if it is having a dominant capital W genes, then there will be the fruit color will be white one. So, for example, with the help of checkerboard method, we can be explain this dominant epistatics. Dominant epistatics. Suppose I have to take the parents, white variety having a genotype capital W, capital Y, is crossed with another summer squash variety, that is green one, whose genotype is small w, small y. So gametes, they produce gametes, capital W, capital Y, then small w, small y. These on crossing, capital W, capital Y, small y. So these are the F1 hybrids. All the F1 hybrid summer squash plants have white fruit color. Whatever the plants which are obtained in F1 generations, all these have white fruit colors. Whatever the plants which have obtained in the F1 generations, their fruits color will be always white in color. So these on self-pollination. If you got the 12:3:1, then there will be a confirmation of dominant epistatics. See the parents, F1 hybrid parents, capital W, small w, capital Y, small y is crossed with another summer squash, capital W, capital Y, small y. So these are the two parents. For example, this is the male plant and this is the female plants. So there will be possibilities of 4 types of gametes will be produced by male and female plants. That is capital W, capital Y, capital W, small y, then small w, small y, then small w, small y. So these are the 4 types of gametes will be produced by male and female plants. So now these again by crossing that is, suppose you have to do by checkerboard method, you have to draw this checkerboard method. Suppose these are the male plant, these are the female. Capital W, small w, capital Y, small y means capital W, capital Y, capital W, small y, then small w, capital Y, and small w, small y. You will also say capital W, capital Y, capital W, small y, small w, capital Y, then small w, small y. When these cross each other, that is capital W, capital W, capital Y, capital Y, capital W, capital W, capital Y, small y, then capital W, small w, capital Y, small y, capital Y, capital Y. Then capital W, small w, capital Y, small y. Then here capital W, capital W, capital Y, capital Y. Sorry, small w. Then capital W, small w, capital Y, small y. Then small w, capital Y, capital Y. Here small w, capital Y, small y. Here capital W. So capital W, small w, capital Y, capital Y, capital W, small w, capital Y, small y. then small w, capital Y, then small w, capital Y, small y, then capital W, capital Y, small y, capital W, small y, then small w, capital Y, small y, then small w, small y, small. So whenever there is a capital W, then there will be a white fruit color. White, capital white. So white. So how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, it will be 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it is 12. Whenever there is a yellow, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, this is 1. 12 is to 3 is to 1. 12 is to 3 is to 1. So you have to be, whenever there is a capital W, then small y, then it will be white fruit color. Whenever there is a small w, capital Y is there, anyone, if out of these two genes, that is capital Y and the small y, if the capital Y is there, then the fruit color will be yellow. If these two genes, the capital W and capital Y, are absent, if they are in a recessive form, whether it is in a homozygous conditions, then the fruit color will be green in color. Means 12 is to 3 is to 1 is a modified ratio, where modified divided ratio, which was given by Mendel's law, shows that this is the dominant epistatics. Similarly, duplicate gene. Duplicate gene interaction. The ratio is 15 is to 1. Ratio is 15 is to 1. So here also, when the more than two dominant genes, which are non-allelic one, express the same characters, means the expression of the particular characters will be take place by two non-allelic genes. If you need, for example, capital T1, capital T2, small t1, small t2. So whenever there is a capital T1 and capital T2, out of these two genes, if any one is present, capital T1 or capital T2, so these are the two non-allelic genes, interact in such a way that the fruit shape, for example, in Shepherd Furs, the fruit shapes, there are two types of fruit shape, that is top and ovoid. The top fruit shape is dominant over ovoid one. So if out of these two genes, capital T1 and capital T2 is present, out of these two, any one gene is present, then there will be the fruit shape will be top one. And if they are in a recessive form, if these two genes, capital T1 and capital T2, are in a recessive form, recessive form, these two genes in a recessive form, then the fruit shape will be ovoid one. So here also, while producing in all the F1 habits, the gametes produce capital T1, capital T2. This it is produced by small t1, small t2. These on crossing in F1 habit, all the plants have top fruit shapes. These are self-pollinations. Again, out of these two genes, that is capital T1 and capital T2, any one gene is present, then that plants produces a top fruit shapes. The last one, that is 16th out of 16, the last one in a homozygous recessive conditions, then there will be the fruit shape will be in a ovoid shapes. So then it is known as duplicate genes or duplicate interaction of genes. So with this today I am going to be stop here only, and tomorrow I am going to be dealing about the inheritance of comb shape in folds. So here again there will be a reappearance of 9:3:3:1 ratio. There are different types of comb shape in folds, that is rose, pea, walnut and single. Rose is dominant over pea, is dominant over, so walnut is dominant over rose is dominant over pea, and pea is dominant over single one. So while crossing with rose and pea, instead of getting a rose type, we will get a different type of comb shape, that is walnut. So these on walnut, on self mating, produces walnut, rose, pea and a single type in the ratio of 9:3:3:1. So this is an inheritance of comb shape in folds. So these are the things, a very important one in case of interaction of genes. And after that we are going to dealing about, that is lethal genes. Thank you, one and all.